My name is Kendra, and I'd like to welcome you to Christianbook.com's first Weekly Insider of 2010. This week, we're taking a look at some exciting new fiction releases, including The Lightkeepers Daughter by Colleen Coble, Jennas Cowboy by Sharon Gillenwater, Thicker Than Blood by C.J. Darlington, and Beguiled by Deeanne Gist and Bertrand. Let's get started. Leading off is the first book in Colleen Coble's Mercy Falls series, titled The Lightkeepers Daughter. Growing up as the Lightkeeper's daughter on a remote island at the turn of the century, Addie has lived a hardscrabble life. When a long-lost and wealthy relative finds her and enlists her to work as a governess at a lavish estate, she hopes to discover the truth of her heritage. Instead, she soon realizes that the family she works for, the child she takes care of, and the aloof man she's immediately attracted to are not as they appear. The story reveals complex family relationships and how wealth and the lack thereof affects the main character. As always, Coble includes her trademark, an animal with innate sympathy for humans. In this book, you'll fall in love with Addie's German Shepherd, Gideon. Pick up The Lightkeeper's Daughter for just $9.99 at Christianbook.com. Our next selection is Sharon Gillenwater's debut novel, Jennas Cowboy. Her inspiration for the story included the effects of war on her own husband, the growing numbers of soldiers currently returning from war with post-traumatic stress disorder, and a love for her native Texas. In her book, we meet a cowboy named Nate who has served 2 tours of military duty. Throughout the story, he faces 2 hurdles: finding the healing he needs and becoming the man that he knows his only true love deserves. You won't want to miss Sharon Gillenwater's first novel. Get it at Christianbook.com for $9.99. Now let's move on to Thicker Than Blood by C.J. Darlington. She is the 2008 winner of the Jerry B. Jenkins Christian Writers Guild Operation First Novel Contest. Set in the world of antiquarian books, the main character, Christy Williams, is framed for stealing a Hemingway first edition. When she turns to her estranged sister for help, she finds a lot more than she bargains for. With themes of redemption and unconditional love, this is a beautiful debut novel. C.J. Darlington is already working on a sequel, so keep an eye out for another book from her soon. Buy Thicker Than Blood at Christianbook.com for $10.99. Our next selection is Beguiled, a project by romance maven Deeanne Gist and suspense master Bertrand. Let's hear a little bit about this exciting foray from the authors themselves.
Hi, I'm Deeanne, and this is my co-author Mark, and we had a wonderful time writing a new romantic suspense, Beguiled. Beguiled is about a dog walker in historic Charleston who is the main suspect in all these break-ins that are occurring in her clients' homes, and she's desperately trying to prove her innocence, and that becomes really murky and complicated because secrets from her past start arising.
Beguiled is also the story of a star crime reporter on the local paper who's discovered the story of his life, the story that can make him, but is ultimately forced to choose between that story and the woman of his dreams.
My readers are going to love Beguiled. It's filled with romance and fun and sass and all the things that my historicals are. It's just in the contemporary setting, except with the historical flavor of Charleston and some suspense and a little bit of menace creeping in. So I think my readers are really going to enjoy it.
Beguiled is a very suspenseful book. From page 1, there's a mystery that unfolds. There are some dark secrets taking place in this historic city. So if you're interested in suspense, if you'd like to sit on the edge of your seat as you turn the pages, you're going to love Beguiled.
Beguiled promises to be an exciting novel you won't want to miss out on. Pick it up today for $9.99. One last thing before we go. Don't miss the latest book by Ted Dekker and Aaron Healy. Burn is available in hardcover for $15.99 at Christianbook.com. That wraps up this edition of the Weekly Insider. Remember to buy the products you heard about today. Visit Christianbook.com/weeklyinsider. Stay tuned for another new edition next week. Until then, Happy New Year and God bless.